This demo is for the Rn52 Microchip Bluetooth audio board with the A2DP Source firmware loaded. Now the Source firmware is actually the other side of the Bluetooth link from the A2DP speaker or the A2DP sync side. So the Rn52 board comes default with the Bluetooth speaker side or the A2DP sync side. Microchip has developed the source version of the firmware, so this acts like as the audio source to stream to a set of Bluetooth speakers here, or a Bluetooth audio sync device. The development kit needs to be flashed or device firmware upgrade to the Rn52 Source firmware image, which can be downloaded off of the Microchip website, along with the Microchip DFU firmware upgrade utility. I've already done that process. Now I'm just going to show the simple operations of the Rn52 Source firmware. Just like the Rn52 sync side and in a lot of the RN versions of Microchip's modules or Bluetooth modules, it is an ASCII based command type of module to be controlled by an optional external microcontroller. So it's very easy to demo using a terminal services program, and I'll demonstrate that how to set up a connection between a Bluetooth speaker and the Rn52 Source board with the source image on there. So first of all, we will go into and go into terminal window here, and with the terminal window, let me just go ahead and clear my data, and I obviously have a connection here. I have the Rn52 board plugged into the laptop, and I'm using CoolTerm here on a Mac, and there is a USB to UART chip on the development board to send these commands over the UART. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is just power up the board. When I power up, I already have this terminal program session open, so when I power up the board, I get this command or CMD response back from the board, and from the board, from what you can see in the board, you'll see a blinking red and blue LED going back and forth. This means the board is actually entering an inquiry scan mode, where it's looking for Bluetooth devices and Bluetooth device names. As you can see here, as I'm typing in the enter button, a bunch of question marks come up on the screen, but this is just to kind of wake up the firmware. It kind of goes to sleep if you let too much time pass by, but for example, just for a firmware version, I just hit enter a couple times and type in V, and it'll tell me the Microchip version. Also, if you type in the plus sign, it'll echo your command back. So a couple enters and then a plus sign, and I get to echo on. So when I type in V, you can see here the version of the module. There is a help. So we type in H, all the commands here. There is a document though on the Microchip website that talks about the Rn52 Source commands. But what I want to do here is obviously create a simple connection to the Jambox. Now the Jambox is a little bit different. There is a set way of pairing. If the Bluetooth speaker does not support the new secure simple pairing mode, you may have to use the old pin code method. There are 2 pin codes here listed. That's because the Rn52 Source board can connect to 2 different Bluetooth speakers, or have a paired list with 2 Bluetooth speakers. So this device is not previously paired with my Jambox, but I do know that the Jambox pin code is 0000, so I need to go ahead and set that in this setting. So to do that, I just do SP-1-0000. SP-1 means it's set pin code on pin code 1, and I'm setting it to all zeros. So when I do a D, which is a dump of everything, it says the pin code is set to all zeros. in the background, again, this the module is actually actively looking for Bluetooth devices to connect to. So if I actually put this Jambox in the pairing mode.
Jambox is in pairing mode, waiting for device to connect.
So now the Jambox is in pairing mode. You'll see that immediately on the screen here that it's found a Bluetooth address. Now it won't return a name, but it'll return the Bluetooth address name. So what I'll do here is I'll just copy and paste this because I cannot type this fast enough. But when I enter in the command to connect to the device is C. So C is, and then the Bluetooth address is the way by connecting to the device. So I'll enter the command. I'll enter the command for that. Hit enter a couple times. C dash. Oh, see, here we go. Well, let me see here. I need to do a copy and paste. So, okay. Excuse me. So let's see here. I want to do, going back to the window here. Again, I have to keep the module awake. See, there you go. A-OK. Now this sent the command to connect to the Jambox and pair with it.
Jambox paired.
So you get the prompt for Jambox paired. So now everything's done on the console here. And so going back to the actual footage of the device itself, I actually have a phone here that has an audio line out or headphone jack here that I will plug into the pink connector for the line in. And sorry, everything is squished here, and I'll just hit play. So I'm going to turn on the volume. So now the audio is coming out of the phone into the line input here of the Rn52 board and sending the music over to the Bluetooth speaker. There is a microphone that comes with a kit. If you plug in a microphone here, and I'll see if I can step away, but maybe you can hear my voice from the speaker. Hello, test, 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 echo. Yes, it's working.